Alright, sweet. It shows up. Alright, this is going to be a quick one. I've got most of my stuff sorted here. Alright, so this is silly because I've not seen anyone else play Magic the way I play Magic, especially with this. So this is Joyra. Joyra has, whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. Historics are anything that are artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. Sweet. We're going to be drawing a lot of cards. So I see most people play this as Skittles, they'll play Robot Army, but I wanted to do something different. So we'll work with everything else that's in the deck and then we'll get to the combo. For the most part, you are playing a bunch of Skittle stuff, pretty much. Here's all your fodder. Moonsilver Key will get you a mana producing artifact. Liberators is Battle Thopter. Prismite, Stonework, Pack Beast both have 2 colorless mana. Add 1 mana of any color if for whatever reason you need mana fixing because you're getting absolutely dominated. And then you have just a bunch of Skittles cards. Almost everything that has an X in the cost because you don't care to pay the cost, or 0 in the mana cost, double X, Walking Ballista, Phyrexian Marauder, 1X. Hangerback. Never underestimate the power of these guys. They are artifact creatures, and the second you make them cost 1 less to cast, boom, they're free. This is all fodder. You do not need any of this for any of the combo. You just need to play these just to get through your deck. You have some more key cards just in case. You're going to be casting a lot of spells. Aetherflux Reservoir I have in here just because I've needed it sometimes, but most of the time I don't. Elixir of Immortality if you want to reset everything for yourself. Divining Top just for good top of library manipulation. Skull Clamp because you put it onto those artifact creatures, sack them, or just equip it and get 2 cards. Voltaic Key is never bad. Just get to untap something. Some of the other things that are in this deck. Paradoxical Outcome, return any number of target non-land, non-token permanents you control to their owner's hands. Draw a card for each card returned this way. You could probably return up to 20 artifacts, draw 20 cards, play the 20 artifacts again, draw another 20 cards with Joyra, and you're laughing. Mana Severance, a card I've seen nobody play, but everyone's intrigued. 1 blue, 1 other. Search your library for any number of land cards. Remove them from the game, shuffle your library. At a certain point, you don't need to draw lands. You just go. Fabricate. Slow Bad is just a sack outlet for artifacts because you do want to be getting stuff to your bin. And Hue the Entwood is new. You can sacrifice any number of lands, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands. Choose any number of artifact or land cards revealed this way. Put all non-land cards onto the battlefield, and then put all land cards onto the battlefield tapped. You get free artifacts with this card for sacrificing land. Yes. Yes. It's too funny. Some other sack outlets. Thermal Navigator, sack an artifact, give it flying. Arcbound Ravager, Ashnod's Altar, Crackland Ironworks. Because most of our stuff is artifact creatures. And especially with once you get into the combo, you're doing a lot of artifact creature sacking if you really need to get to that combo. But more or less, sack artifacts, do stuff. Recursion. So you were a part of the combo, you were part of the combo, so I'll leave you out. Recursion. Mirror Retriever, Junk Diver, Workshop Assistant, Salvager of Ruins, Scrap Trawler. You go in, you go out, you go in, you go out, you go in, you go out. That's all you do. Reducers. Cost reduction is key in this deck, so artifacts cost less to cast, artifacts cost less to cast, historic spells cost less to cast, artifacts cost less to cast. Then you have Cloud Key, choose artifact, creature, enchantment, instant, or sorcery, cost less to cast, and Semblance Anvil, imprint, exile something. Each of those things cost 2 less to cast. The best thing about these guys is you have your replicators, your Hulking Metamorph, your Phyrexian Metamorph, and your Sculpting Steel. All will copy artifacts. Your artifacts can be reduced by a significant amount. It is hilarious. Mana rocks, because you just need rocks. The best part is you can sacrifice half of this, you play it, use it, sacrifice it to any of the things to try to get stuff going. Everything is expendable in this deck. You do not need to hold on to so many rocks. You can start sacrificing them after you've tapped them for other mana. The jank of all of this. Oh, and because it's artifacts, you got Isochron Scepter and Dramatic Reversal as an easy out. I don't like it personally, but it's an easy out just to do the combo that I want to do in this deck. There's literally just this. If I lose one or the other, oh well. The combo of this deck can sometimes work as follows. And really, you don't need that much. Where'd I put these boys? I'll just go with, I'll call this Foundry Inspector. So, you have boys in play. Very simple. Sack the Junk Diver to crack Clan Ironworks. This can be in your hand or in the graveyard. Doesn't matter, but you need 2 retrievers. Goes to the bin. Play this guy for the 2 mana you made. Sack it for 2 mana, return this to your hand. That goes to the bin. Go. Easy, right? Super, super easy. Now, draw Scorpion. Whenever it or another artifact creature is put into graveyard from play, you may untap target artifact. What are we untapping? Pixis of Pandemonium. Pixis has tap, each player exiles the top card of his or her library face down. 7 mana tap, sacrifice this. Each player turns face up all cards he or she owns exiled with Pixis of Pandemonium, puts them onto the battlefield, or puts all permanent cards among them onto the battlefield. You lose instances and you lose sorceries, but if it's a permanent, you get it. Everyone gets their permanents. Everyone gets their toys. So you've effectively just taken so many cards, as many as you want, but I tend to roll a d20 and I add the numbers. I think the biggest number I've had is about 60 something, but you just take everybody's decks, you take about half and you put it into play for them. Because I have not seen anything funnier in Magic. Because nobody's willing to do that. So who's willing to hand their opponent half of their deck in play? Who's willing to have everybody put half their deck in play? Not a lot of people. But is it funny as fuck to see everyone's reactions? Oh, you bet. And like I said, you can have an easy out with Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, and like a Soul Ring. Or just 2 mana rocks and you just everyone knows that one. That one's obvious. So this is just silly. I built this because I saw this one day back in 2014 when Theros came out or something. And it's been the funniest artifact I've seen they print in a long time. I've yet to see something that is as funny and chaotic as just putting stuff into play for everybody. And I love it. I had to break it. This deck is stupidly fine-tuned for the stupidest combo ever to do the stupidest thing. But god damn, everybody's face at the table goes ballistic when they're like, so we just have these. Yes. Lands? Is it a permanent? Yes. Then yes. Come to play tapped? If it says so. Planeswalkers? It's a permanent. Enchantments? Yeah, guess what? If it's a permanent, you get it. You just don't get instants and sorceries. That's all you do not get. It is silly. It is stupid. I love it. I wish more people would play shit like this, but sadly they don't. But here it is. Please, Magic players, make funnier shit happen. If you already know how to play the game and you already know how to win the game, start having fun with the game again. Please, like, have fun. Show people what Magic can really do, which should be a bunch of silly shit.